Now, Kamala, let me ask you a question. With
Wow.
everything that we talk and we seen on stage, it seems like,
Senator Harris.
Senator Harris,
Oh, no,
apologize.
I'm Kamala.
Feels like
My mother named me Kamala.
she's a friend of
Although
mine.
there may be many people in the United States Senate whose mothers named them Senator.
Yeah.
But I feel like, with everybody on stage, it's almost like, we're going to raise minimum wage, free health care, free student loans.
Everybody
Black
saying
people
what you
gonna
want
get
to hear.
reparations.
Yeah.
It's like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
Yeah.
It sounds good, but what's real and what's bullshit? Like,
Yeah.
what, as president, can we really do?
That's
right
right.
now it sounds good. Everybody
That's
wants to
right.
massage you.
Right,
but
'cause it's
what
great.
can we really, really do?
Right.
Lofty ideals, but can these things happen?
Yeah,
They can't.
When you become president, what can you really do?
Well, I'm going to tell you, that's why I'm not churning out plans like a factory, because it is really important to me that any plan that I'm prepared to implement is actually doable.
So you see the bullshit too? Bull crap.
Well, I just think that, okay, here's the generous way to say that.
Yes, ma'am.
People are aspirational, and so you have a goal, and then if you can, and that should be the goal, and then let's try and get there, right? But for example, my plan about changing the tax code so that families under $100,000 get up to $6,000 that they can collect at $500 a month. You know how we're going to pay for that? On day one, we're going to repeal that tax bill that Trump passed that benefits the top 1% and the biggest corporations. I've got a whole proposal that's about teacher pay, because our teachers are paid nowhere near their value. Teachers across America are working 2 and 3 jobs. Teachers, 94% of them in our public schools are coming out of their own pocket to help pay for school supplies. Teachers are paid on average 11% less than similarly educated people. I've got a whole plan that's about basically a federal investment in closing the teacher pay gap. How are we going to pay for that? We're going to increase the estate taxes, because actually people at the top 1% can afford to pay more and should. So every plan that I have, I will speak for myself, comes with a how-to and that it can be done.
Will it get passed through Senate or Republican Senate? Because to Envy's point, that's one of the reasons I get mad when they say, "Oh, you can't impeach Trump; it'll never get through Senate." 90% of the stuff Democrats say probably won't get through a Republican Senate.
No, to your point. First of all, there are a couple of there are actually a few initiatives that I have that I'm going to do by executive action. Because to your point, I'm done, and it is within the executive branch and the power of the president to do certain things within her power that do not require congressional consent or approval.
That's one thing Donald Trump has definitely taught us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, pay attention.
Yeah.
Exactly. But to your point, look, everybody's focused on the White House, rightly, and I hope to have your support. And please go to KamalaHarris.org. The other piece of it is that we got to take back the Senate. And so for everybody listening, pay attention to those Senate races, because that's real.
Right.
That's real. Yeah. And again, it gets back to the point that elections matter. Mm-hmm. When you win, so when Democrats are in the majority in the United States Senate, it will be a lot easier to get some of these investments in working families through. And that's what we're talking about, as far as I'm concerned. These are about investments in American families. And it's about saying, look, I'm prepared every day to put money into an American family, put money into to the workers of America, and we will get a return on that investment. So don't talk to me just about cost. Talk to me about the return on the investment.
Let's switch